Jeff Jones, thanks for tuning in today as we get ready for this fantastic game between two powerhouses at Orofino High. Oh, I'll take that lineup if you guys have it. We are moving lineups around as they have just gotten up here to the ballpark, and so we're excited about this matchup today between the top-seeded or top team in the league, rather, the Orofino Maniacs, as they are undefeated in league play against St. Mary's, who last we knew were 3-1 in league play. So they are one of the top teams in the league. However, they are sitting in, or excuse me, rather, they are 1-3 in league play as they sit in 4th place in league. Baseball, not the only action happening here at this baseball field, but over at the Orofino Elementary softball fields, the Lady Maniacs also getting set to take on the St. Mary's Lumberjacks in softball action, as they are set for a doubleheader, which we have on the schedule for 10 o'clock. However, we just went ahead and looked at Game Changer a moment ago, and it says that they already have the lineups set to go, and they already have a batter at the plate, but it says it's being delayed, so we're not sure whether or not that game is going early or not at the elementary school ball fields. But one of the other big things going on here in Orofino today, it is opening day for Little League. If you are finding yourself driving here to the ballpark at Orofino in anticipation of this first game, which is supposed to get underway at 10 o'clock, please drive extra cautiously on Riverside Avenue, as cars are on both sides of that small street as they get ready for the opening ceremonies. They have a full slate of games that is taking place at the ballpark for the elementary or the Little League guys. That is on Riverside Avenue, so please, if you are driving that way, drive extra cautiously, as there are lots of families bringing their young Little Leaguers to the ballpark for opening day. Both teams have had long and short toss out on the field. St. Mary's occupying the first base dugout. They are in their traveling dark unis, while the Maniacs are taking long toss up that left field line out into center field. They are wearing their white home pants with their black tops, blue numbers. All right, we're going to take a break. You are listening to the Real Estaters pregame show, but when we come back, we'll bring you all the action that's been taking place since yesterday and what's scheduled for today. It is the Riverside Physical Therapy schedules and scores when we return after this.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? Trust the experts at Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue in Orofino. Our professional agents know the area inside and out, helping you find the perfect home or the right buyer. Speak with broker Keith Nichols today at 208-476-3134 or visit us online at buyorsellidaho.com. Whether it's a spacious country retreat or a cozy home in town, we're here to make your real estate dreams a reality. The Real Estaters, Orofino's trusted real estate professionals.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
The morning paper arrives and you just can't extend your arms far enough to focus on the print. Does this seem like a typical day for you? Help is just an appointment away with Family Eye Care in Orofino and Kamei. Dr. Rick Lundgren is the Valley's trusted optometrist when it comes to your eyesight. Family Eye Care's highly trained staff will make sure your family has the finest in air care and eyewear. Call for an appointment and let Dr. Rick Lundgren perform a complete eye examination with the latest technology available. Single lens, bifocal, or progressive eyeglasses. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses, contact lenses, sunglasses, and designer frames. Family Eye Care on Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and on Highway 12 West in Kamei is your stop for name brand frames, optics, and people who really care about your eyesight. Family Eye Care, where most insurance coverage is accepted along with major credit cards. We put your family first at Family Eye Care.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. P1FCU's digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Nothing quite says family happiness like the deliciousness of a piping hot pizza or flatbread from the Pizza Factory. On Michigan Avenue, Orofino, the Pizza Factory has 4 new mouth-watering flatbreads. Pesto, artichoke, and tomato flatbreads, also available with buffalo chicken or tomato bacon and olive oil. For a limited time only, come in today and try the new flatbreads.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Riverside Physical Therapy is thrilled to welcome Cooper Thomas, BS in Health and Human Services and Doctor of Physical Therapy, to our team. Whether you prefer in-person visits at our clinic located on Highway 12 Orofino or the convenience of virtual sessions over Zoom, Cooper is here to help you on your journey to better health. For more information on all the services offered by Cooper and Riverside Physical Therapy, stop by the clinic or call Riverside Physical Therapy, where your health is our priority.
And we welcome you to Schedules and Scores, a service of Riverside Physical Therapy, open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Highway 12, Orofino. Riverside Physical Therapy is here to help you with that constant backache and soreness, arms and legs that no longer are working the way that they should, or a neck you just can't turn from side to side. See Allison and her staff at Riverside Physical Therapy. Let's start with action from yesterday. First off, the Orofino Lady Maniacs were on the road to face off with the Priest River Spartans in league play. It took Orofino just 5 innings to deliver a 41-4 victory over their North Idaho opponent. Head coach Sean Diffin was quoted as saying that all 12 of his girls who played contributed in the victory. With the win, Orofino moves to 8-2 overall. They're 5-1 in league. Grangeville Bulldogs softball, they're in southern Idaho this weekend, participating in the Glens Ferry tournament. Grangeville had opening round victories over west side of Dayton, 22-12, and then they stopped North Fremont, 3-2. In 2A play, Lewis County on the road lost to Potlatch, 18-3. Genesee was a winner at home over Prairie, 13-0, and Kendrick on their home diamond pasted Lapwai, 32-5. Baseball action. Grangeville at the Glens Ferry tournament, Wooden Bat tournament, lost an opening round play to Malad 4-2, but they'd bounced back in the nightcap with a 3-1 victory over Wendell. Today's action has this baseball game, of course, Orofino in this doubleheader against St. Mary's. Grangeville continues play in that Glens Ferry Wooden Bat matchup with a game against North Fremont and then Chalice Mackey. In softball, the Maniac girls are at their home fields at Orofino Elementary. They face off in a doubleheader against St. Mary's. That's also scheduled for 10 this morning. The Grangeville girls continue play versus Malad at the Glens Ferry tournament. Mariner baseball last night saw the M's win at home over Texas 5-3. We hope you'll listen in for Mariner baseball this afternoon, 5:30, as they take on the Rangers for their second game of this 4-game matchup. And that is Riverside Physical Therapy's sponsored Schedules and Scores, Don't go away. We have plenty more to bring you before today's first pitch of the Orofino-St. Mary's matchup when our Real Estaters pregame show continues after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino, to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
O-Town Mugs and Grubs, your home for Maniac Pride. O-Town Mugs and Grubs is your go-to spot for great food and game day excitement. Every Monday, wear your Maniac gear and score 20% off your meal. Catch the Maniacs on the big screen and bring the whole family. Everyone's welcome. Enjoy our fresh 25-item salad bar, a menu full of delicious favorites, including mouth-watering bone-in or boneless wings. Support your team, enjoy great food, and celebrate Maniac Pride at O-Town Mugs and Grubs.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block. A new year, a new you. Ready to take the first step toward a stronger, healthier you? Peak Physical Therapy, Michigan Avenue, Orofino has you covered. Strength training can change your life, no matter your age. Whether you're 18 or 80, there's incredible value in strength training. Peak Physical Therapy and Wellness has beginner-friendly programs tailored just for you, with expert guidance from our gym manager, Kaylee. Peak Physical Therapy, your partner in building strength and confidence. Call or visit us on Michigan Avenue, Orofino.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? Trust the experts at Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue in Orofino. Our professional agents know the area inside and out, helping you find the perfect home or the right buyer. Speak with broker Keith Nichols today at 208-476-3134 or visit us online at buyorsellidaho.com. Whether it's a spacious country retreat or a cozy home in town, we're here to make your real estate dreams a reality. The Real Estaters, Orofino's trusted real estate professionals.
We're back here once again. You are listening to the Real Estaters pregame show. Both head coaches standing at home plate. Scotty Tonnevold for the Maniacs, along with Brian Lonsberry for St. Mary's. They're going over ground rules right now with our officials, the officiating staff on hand here for today. We have a couple of schedule changes that we want to make sure that you're aware of. You may remember last week Orofino was to face off with Grangeville back on Monday. Then that got pushed to Tuesday. They were hoping to play the game in Kuski. That didn't work out. Now Orofino versus Grangeville is now slated to take place on April 23rd. If they can play it at Grangeville's field, they will. If Grangeville's field is still unplayable at that time, they will move the game to Orofino. So that's the Orofino-Grangeville matchup. Orofino was back at Priest River back on March 28th when they were in the middle of a rain delay in the second inning. Orofino led 5-1. Now they will play the remainder of that game against Priest River on April 26th. They will finish it up at that point there. As Maniacs are heading up to Kellogg on the 25th, they'll spend the night, and then they'll take on Priest River on the 26th, and they'll play the remainder of that game. So those are the two changes. We have this doubleheader against St. Mary's today. And then on Tuesday, Grangeville will be here for a contest with the Maniacs. It'll be the first time that they face off with one another this year. Both teams are out onto the field as we get ready for the national anthem. Don't go away. We have more, including the starting lineups, when the Real Estaters pregame show continues after this.
Make this the year you complete those outdoor projects you've been putting off with a visit to Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold, and that long-awaited new decking and door for your home is available today and at a great price. Save 10% off Fiberon railing when you purchase $2,000 or more in Fiberon decking. A great combination. The trusted name of Therma-Tru fiberglass entry doors are now 20% off. Your first choice and your best choice in Orofino is Best Built Builders Supply.
This Easter, hop on down to Renata's Cakery on Main Street, Orofino. Open till 2, Renata's cases are overflowing with mouth-watering homemade Easter treats. White and wheat rolls, rich cheesecakes, and adorable chocolate bunnies. Festive sugar cookies and colorful Rice Krispie treats, each one absolutely delicious. Renata's has the dreamy, creamy Easter goodies your family will love. Visit Renata's Cakery today. But hurry, these treats hop away fast.
At Watson's Market in Orofino, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighbor. Hi, this is Mary. Shop with us for the best prices and the freshest, highest quality fruits, vegetables, and meats. Every purchase supports our commitment to this great community. We proudly donate to local food banks, sponsor Little League sports, and are active in community-wide events. Come on down to Watson's Market, where shopping local means giving back. See you soon.
We're back to the ballpark here at Orofino as the Orofino Maniacs, out on the field getting ready to take on the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. This the first game of a set doubleheader between these two. Aiden Olive is out on the hill. He's taking his warm-up tosses with Reese Mary, who gets set behind the dish. Ethan Gilmore will take care of the sack at first. Blake Barlow is at second. Quentin Naranjo is over at third base, and then Jagger Tonavole, of course, at the hot hole at shortstop. The Maniac fielders look this way. Tyler Zumpy gets the start in left field today. Nick Bonner patrols out in center, and freshman Lane Turcott is in right field. We'll get to the Maniac batting lineup as we go to the bottom of the first inning, but for the visitors on the scoreboard, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, they are coached by Brian Lounsbury. It'll be Peyton Lingo, the starting third baseman, who will lead it off. He's followed by second baseman Caden McMarion. The shortstop hits third, that's Landon Holmes. And then in the cleanup spot is today's starting pitcher Kay Brousseau. In the fifth spot is catcher Amado Stewart. Hitting sixth in the order for the Lumberjacks is Russell Brousseau. He's today's starting right fielder. And then the bottom third of the lineup for St. Mary's looks like this. It's first baseman Jordan Hammonds, and then left fielder Wilborn, who is in left field hitting eighth, and then Cody Mitchell is the center fielder. He will hit ninth. So again, for Bonners, or excuse me, rather, the Lumberjacks, it's Lingo, McMahon, Holmes, Kay Brousseau, Stewart, Russell Brousseau, Hammonds, Wilburn, and Mitchell. As the defense resets, Aiden Olive out on the hill, the senior right-hander digs into his glove. Reese Mary, the junior, behind the dish. Here's the first pitch. It is swung through, and we are underway. That first pitch brought to you by our very good friends at H&R Block. Tuesday is April 15th. There's still time to get your taxes done. Stop in and see H&R Block on Highway 12, Orofino. The next pitch is taken for a strike, and the count quickly 0-2 to Lingo, the leadoff hitter here for St. Mary's. Lingo, because it's so cold here, he's got his sweatshirt on under his jersey. He's got the hoodie poked out over the top of his jersey. Pitch comes in just above the hands for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aiden working from the windup, and the senior right-hander sends a slider away for ball 2. The pitch starts enough to the outside, but it takes a big break when it hits the plate. There's a called third strike right down the middle, and Lingo should have been swinging at a fastball right down the heart of the dish. Instead, he left it alone. There is the first strikeout and the first out for St. Mary's here in the top of the first inning. Caden McMarion, another right-handed hitter, very slightly built young man standing at home plate. First pitch is swung on and fouled at the dish for strike 1. This is a scheduled doubleheader between these two clubs. We encourage you to come on out and take a look at two of the best teams in all of North Idaho. Here's the 0-1, swung on, a little dribbler foul up the third base line, and the count runs to 0-2. I just turned on my phone so I could switch over to Game Changer, which is a great app to follow any changes that this squad might make, as well as keeping an eye on the softball. However, the first thing that popped up says Monica's work anniversary. My wife, Monica Jones, been working for the Idaho Department of Labor for 20 years today. Swinging third strike, and that's going to do it for McMarion. So there are 2 gone here, and Aiden Olive has got it going here with 2 strikeouts in the first 2 batters that he faces. So congratulations to my wife, Monica Jones, 20 years at the Idaho Department of Labor. If you know Monica, you know that she wants nothing more than to help folks find work, and so you can always catch her here at Orofino. This is Holmes. He'll take a first pitch curveball strike. 0-1 to the shortstop. The right-hander with his toes right on the chalk mark at home plate. Here's the 0-1 on the way to Holmes. Fastball just a touch low for a ball, 1-1. Outfield playing straight away. Medium depth for the 3-hitter for St. Mary's. Slider, again, that starts the same way. It's off of the dish, and then it breaks hard away from the right-handed hitter. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Landon Holmes. Once again from the windup, Aiden will kick that left leg. He deals a pitch, just about let her high, but misses for ball 3. 3-1. The young right-hander steps back in, measures the plate. The 3-1 delivery on the way. Swung on a hard-hit ball underneath the glove of Naranjo out into left field. A 2-out single for Landon Holmes. Wow, what a shot off of Holmes' bat. He took a pitch on the inside, turned on it nicely, and just got enough of the meaty part of the bat on it and drills it right past Quentin Naranjo at third base. Quentin stuck his glove out there, but it was out there just that fast. So a 2-out single for Landon Holmes, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Kay Brousseau. And for moms and dads listening in, unfortunately, we know that we have a Russell Brousseau and a Kay Brousseau. B-toss over to first, and Holmes dives back in. But unfortunately do not have a first name for the young man hitting in the cleanup spot, today's starting pitcher. Maybe we'll be able to get that sometime during the course of the game. First pitch is taken for a called strike as Aiden works the inside black. 0-1. Landon with the lead away from first base, being held on by Gilmore over there. And another B-toss. This one gets Holmes back one more time. Aiden studying the signs from Reese Mary, who's getting the start behind home plate today. Working from the stretch. Here's Aiden's 0-1. That's a strike at the letters. 0-2. Aiden adjusts his cap. Now he'll set that right foot in front of the rubber on the right side as we look at him here at the ballpark at Orofino. Another move over to first base, slap tag, and back just in time is Holmes. With a couple of strikeouts, Aiden would love nothing more than to get an out on the sacks. Count is 0-2 to the starting pitcher, Brousseau, standing at home plate. Another move over to first base. Again, another tag. And once again, Holmes is safe. Brousseau at the plate, waiting for the pitch. Here it comes, swinging third strike, and that'll do it. As Aiden Olive strikes out the side, the Lumberjacks go down after a 2-out single by Holmes is left stranded over at first. When we come back, it's the Maniac lineup when we return right after this.
Walk the prairie and beyond with Clearwater Valley and St. Mary's Health. Perfect for all ages and fitness levels. These family-friendly walks are offered weekly across the valley and prairie through May to explore the community and connect with others. Exciting prizes and engaging speakers will enhance your experience. Best of all, participation is free. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy the journey. Contact Rose at Clearwater Valley Health or Leah at St. Mary's Health for details. Together, let's walk into a healthier, happier future.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
Back here at the ballpark at Orofino, let's go to the bottom of the first inning and take a look at the Orofino Maniacs starting lineup. It'll be Blake Barlow hits first for the Maniacs out at second base. The shortstop, Jagger Tonnevold, is second in the order. And then it's Quentin Naranjo, the third baseman for the Maniacs. Once again hitting in the cleanup spot as he has all season long. That's Aiden Olive, today's starting pitcher. Ethan Gilmore is today's starting first baseman. He will hit fifth, followed by center fielder Nick Bonner. Reese Mary getting the start at catching behind the dish today. He hits seventh. And then it's left fielder Tyler Zumpy. And then rounding out the Maniac lineup is Lane Turcott, the right fielder. So again, for Orofino, their battery looks like Barlow, Tonnevold, Naranjo, Olive, Gilmore, Bonner, Mary, Zumpy, and Turcott. Brousseau taking his warm-up tosses, the starting pitcher for St. Mary's. Amato Stewart is his catcher. Jordan Hammonds is at first. Caden McMarion, is at second. Peyton Lingo at third. Landon Holmes is at short. Wilburn's in left. Cody Mitchell in center, and Russell Brousseau is in right. And we are ready to go for Blake Barlow to step in. We are into the bottom of the first inning. Maniacs getting their first look here at Brousseau. The right-hander deals a fastball high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. We just took a peek over at the Orofino girls softball against St. Mary's, and it is 3-0 in favor of St. Mary's as we go to the bottom of the first inning for girls softball. Pitch again is high to Blake for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So St. Mary's jumping all over starting pitcher Kennedy Coleman. Fastball misses low and away for ball 3 to Blake. Again, the Lady Maniacs taking on St. Mary's in a doubleheader. Those games being played over at the elementary school ball fields. Fastball right at the belt, taken strike 1 to Blake. Big gulp of oxygen by Brousseau. Now he'll fire the next pitch, another fastball, strike on the outside for strike 2. Full count now to the starting second baseman, Blake Barlow. The right-hander steps back in, and a pitch just low, and he's going to draw a walk. Nice eye by Blake Barlow. That was a fastball. It came in just below the knees. Blake left it alone, and he is on base with the first walk. here in this baseball game. That'll bring up the left-handed hitter, Jagger Tonnebold. And immediately, Brousseau will work from the stretch, move over to first base, and it's away from Hammonds, all the way up into the warning track up the right field line. And so all the way into third base goes Blake Barlow. That's going to be a throwing error on Brousseau, a two-bag error, as he wanted to try and get a pick on Barlow and just threw it wide of the glove of Hammonds over at first base. Tonnebold at the plate. The first pitch to him swung on. It's going to be looped foul up the left field line for strike one. Your first pick move, and it ends up being a two-bag error. The 0-1 on the way to Jagger, tight for ball one. A ball and a strike. From the stretch, set, Brousseau, belt high, and the 1-1. Comes back with another fastball, and it hit Jagger. Oh boy, howdy was he ever smarting. He's going to jog down and now walk to first base. He took a hard fastball inside, and it just tagged his, looked like his right hip or maybe in the rib cage somewhere. Wow, that's a tough one for Jagger. You know, he doesn't got a lot of meat on his bones. I saw his mom earlier today, Christina, and I know that that girl can put a lot of food on the table for that boy, and he just one of those guys that doesn't have a lot of weight on him. He's going to have to start eating more.
Christopher Brousseau.
So Jagger down at first base. Christopher Brousseau is today's starting pitcher, so we have a first name to go with the young man. Bender inside. Here's the throw down to second base, and in standing up is Jagger, as Landon Holmes took the throw from shortstop, and it was to the left of second base, and staying put over at third is Blake Barlow. So the Maniacs have their first stolen base. Quentin Naranjo at the plate. Pitch is going to be swung on and fouled out of play to the right. One ball and a strike to Quentin. Next pitch swung on. Little dribbler foul up the third baseline. 1-2 now. Barlow over at third. Jagger at second. Pitch is swung on. Fly ball center field. Mitchell going back. He will make the catch, tagging up at third is Barlow. He will come home to score, and coasting into third base is Jagger Tonnebold. And so a sacrifice fly off the bat of Quentin Naranjo, deep as well, but Cody Mitchell alertly playing deep to start with. He doesn't have to turn around and run, but there's an RBI sacrifice for Quentin as he flies out to center field for the first out. 1-0 Orofino. Olive at the plate. Pitch misses outside to the big right-hander for ball one. 1-0 Orofino. Here's the next pitch on the way, swung on, and the count runs to a ball and a strike to Aiden. Aiden got a pitch that was on the inside half of the plate and just couldn't catch up with it. Inside, jackknifing out of the way is Aiden. No, got a piece of him. So our home plate umpire says, head down to first base, young man. That's the second batter now hit by starting pitcher Christopher Brousseau. And that's going to put runners at the corners with one gone and one across here in the bottom of the first inning. Orofino leads it 1-0. And that's going to bring up heavy hitter Ethan Gilmore. And we'll see if the Maniacs try to put this game into motion, but down at first base is Aiden Olive. He got hit just slightly somewhere around the leg area, and he was walking it off over at first base, but he seems to be fine, hands on his hips right now, as the conference between Brousseau and Stewart, halfway between home and the mound, is finished up. Stewart squats behind the dish. Brousseau will work from the stretch. Aiden takes a short lead away from the bag at first, and the pitch on the way, high and away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. That left glove on his knee, Brousseau checks over his left shoulder. Now he'll come set. And the 1-0, low for ball 2, pops out of the glove of Stewart, and down to second base goes Aiden Olive. So Aiden is going to reach second on a passed ball. So 2 in scoring position for Ethan. A 2-0 pitch, it's way outside. Ball 3 now to the Maniac first baseman. Ethan with the golden opportunity. Let's see if he is given a green light here on the 3-0 pitch. Here it comes from Brousseau. It skips away from Stewart down the line, and the Maniacs will score their second run as Tonneval from third base scores to give Orofino a 2-0 advantage. Olive goes from second to third, and that'll be scored as a wild pitch. So we've had it all here. We've had an errant throw by Brousseau. We've had a stolen base. We've had a wild pitch, pass ball. And that was ball 4. And so down to first base is Ethan, and Nick Bonner at the plate takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Bonner. Outside, ball 2 to Nick. 2 walks, 2-hit batsman given up by Brousseau. He's not given up a hit, but he's given up 2 runs here so far. 2-0. Outside for ball 3. Olive at third, Gilmore at first. Bonner, after checking signs, steps back in, cocks that bat. He's ready to go, and straightening up is Brousseau out on the hill. There's a curve high for ball 4, so that's going to load the sacks up. Olive at third, Gilmore at second, Bonner after the walk over at first. That's the 3rd walk issued, and that is going to bring out the head man for the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, Brian Lonsberry, and he is immediately going to make a change. So don't go away. We have new pitching coming in from the dugout. We'll return right after this.
Orofino, hop on over to Clearwater Health and Rehabilitation of Cascadia for our community Easter egg hunt on Shriver Road. Saturday, April 19th at 1. Bring the kids for an exciting egg hunt. Some eggs even hold tickets for special prizes. Don't miss the candy cannon, launching hundreds of sweet treats into the sky. Plus, enjoy a free barbecue lunch for all guests. It's fun, food, and festivities for the whole family. Clearwater Health and Rehabilitation, where community comes together. If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
And we're back here to the ballpark at Orofino High as we have a pitching change. Jordan Hammonds, who was our first baseman, now on the hill. And so Christopher Brousseau is only able to retire 1 Maniac here in the bottom of the first. He's got the sacks loaded up with 2 across, so those 3 base runners out on the sacks still yet his responsibility. Just unfortunately for the young man trying to work his fastball all the way through. So here is Reese Mary now. We'll see who our new first baseman is, and we have a new right fielder as well. So Mary stepping in, hitting from the right side. A slider taken low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Orofino leads at 2-0. With the sacks loaded up, here's the 1-0 on the way to Reese. That's about shoulder high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Working from the stretch, here's Hammond's 2-0 delivery. Slider swung on and fouled back into the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike now to the 7 hitter for the Maniacs. This is Reese Mary, today's starting catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike. The next offering on the way outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Tyler Zumpe on deck. And the pitch on the way to Reese. There's a bender that is taken for ball 4. Reese is going to draw a base on balls. He's going to pick up an RBI because Aiden Olive will score from third base. And again, the Orofino Maniacs have the sacks all loaded up with 3 runs across here in the bottom of the first inning of play. Zumpe at the dish. First pitch is swung on, a 1-hopper knocked down by the third baseman. He'll take it to the sack to get the force on Bonner, but on the play, Ethan Gilmore scores from third base, and Orofino now leads it 4-0. So 5 unassisted, the put out on Bonner, the second out on the play. Zumpe reaches on a fielder's choice. And here's the 9th hitter to come to the plate here in this frame, Lane Turcotte. Pitch misses low to the kid who wears number 6 on his back. Lane, a freshman on this squad. Here's the 1-0. Another curveball. This one stays high for ball 2. Lane, a right-handed hitter. Waves that bat back and forth over his shoulder. Here's the next pitch. Swung on, a little looper, banged out past the second baseman and out into center field. It picks up 1 run as the ball will come into the second baseman, McMarion. And it'll be an error on second baseman McMarion as he tried to backhand that ball. Had plenty of time to get there, but it scores a run as Reese Mary comes home from second base, and it is 5-0 Orofino. Now we go back to the top of the inning. And that's going to bring Blake Barlow up to the dish. Blake reached on a base on balls and scored. It is 5-0 Orofino. 2 away here in the frame. Stepping off the back of the rubber is Hammonds and looking the runner back. That's Zumpe, or rather, excuse me, Turcotte. Zumpe is over at third. Runners at the corners. Turcotte taking off. Pitch is swung on and fouled at home plate. That must have been fouled right off the top of the right foot of catcher Stewart, because when he came up, he was hopping like there was a fire under his foot. So a strike against Barlow standing at home plate. Turcotte, see if he takes off for second once again. A move over to first base, and the ball gets underneath the glove of first baseman all the way up that line, and rounding second on his way to third as the throw will come in to the pitcher, and the Maniacs score Zumpe from third base. Another errant throw by the pitching staff. And that is the 6th run for Orofino. On the play, Turcotte goes from first to third. Again, he drew the throw, and he got it to make a bad throw. Here's a hard hit ball, missed out at left field by Wilborn. And so Turcotte will score from third base, making it 7-0, and Blake Barlow has a single. He goes to second base on the error by Wilburn out in left field. Just misplayed the ball. Instead of getting in front of it, he tried to play it across his body, and it got behind him and went nearly to the warning track. So Barlow in at second base. He's going to pick up an RBI single. Jagger Tonneval now, this is his second at-bat here in the frame. Orofino up 7-0. Pitches waited on. Here's the throw down to third base. It ends up out in left field. And so Barlow will score from second base on an errant throw by Stewart. And it is now 8-0 in favor of Orofino. Orofino is going to get you to throw the leather around because they are going to run bases. And pitch is going to be swung on a little loop run left field, and Jagger Tonneval has a 2-out single to keep things going here for the Maniacs here in the extended first inning of play. My gosh, Orofino just ringing up the runs here. They lead at 8-0. There are 2 gone, and Quinton Naranjo with his second at-bat coming to the plate. Just unfortunately for St. Mary's, they have been throwing the ball around 1, 2, 3, 4 errors, throwing errors. Pitch misses outside for a ball. One ball and no strikes to Quinton as he steps back in. Tonneval taking the lead over at first. Tonneval will take off. Pitch is taken for a strike, and there will be no throw to second base. So Jagger has a stolen base. That is his second stolen base here in this frame. First time at bat, reached when he was hit by a pitch, stole second base, came around to score. Here's the 1-1. Instead, it's a move over to second base. Jordan Hammonds came in relief of Brousseau when Brousseau could just pick up only 1 out. High and tight for ball 2 to Quinton. So the book is wrapped up here on starting pitcher Brousseau. Pitch is going to be swung on. A little flare out in shallow left field could spell trouble. And the left fielder coming in, Wilburn, makes the catch for the 3rd out. The Maniacs, however, score 8 runs here in the frame on 1 hit. And they leave 1 out there. It is 8-0 Orofino after an inning of play. We'll come back the top of the 2nd right after this.
It's amazing that we wear something different every day to work and try our best to change up our look. New shoes or shirt or even a haircut can really make a difference. But when was the last time you changed out those glasses? If it's been more than a couple years since you visited your optometrist, now's the time. Dr. Rick Lindgren and staff at Family Eye Care are here to take care of your family's eyes. If your vision changes even slightly, those old glasses you're wearing may not be doing you any favors. It only takes a few minutes to have your eyes professionally examined. You just may be surprised at how much you've been missing. Find new brand name frames for less than you might think. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses for a look that's bold, original, and unforgettable. Let Family Eye Care help take care of your eyes. Call and make an appointment today at 476-4814. Family Eye Care, Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and Highway 12 West in Kamei. Come on in and see the difference.
Well, we've officially closed the book on starting pitcher Christopher Brousseau. He gives up 4 runs on no hits. Jordan Hammonds came in. He did not fare much better. He also gave up 4 runs on 1 hit. But unfortunately for St. Mary's, 4 errors, allowing the Maniacs to score those 8 runs. Well, here we go to the St. Mary's half of the 2nd inning of play, and it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 scheduled up are Stewart, Russell, Brousseau, and then Hammonds. Aiden's back out on the hill, and the first pitch is fouled at home plate, 0-1 to Amato. Olive has struck out 3, given up a single in that first inning of play. The right-hander ready to go back to work once again. Fastball swung on. It's to the right, backhanded nicely by Toneville. A short, high throw, and it ends up over the top of the fence. And so they will award Amato the second base. And that was deep in the hole. Amato is going to pick up a single, and then he will go to second on the errant throw by the shortstop. Jagger, what a tough play, though. I mean, he backhands it nicely deep in the hole. Had a long throw. We saw him make that throw last week. This time, however, too much air underneath it. There's no way Gilmore's going to be able to climb the ladder. That one ends up over the fence. Here's Russell Brousseau with a base runner in scoring position for St. Mary's here in the top of the second inning of play. Aiden with the check of the runner, and now he'll come to the plate with a fastball right down the middle of the dish. Strike 1. Hammond's on deck, and the hole Wilburn. Orofino leads at 8-0. We are in the top of the second. St. Mary's with a leadoff single, and now a runner in scoring position. Here's the 0-1 swung on. It's going to be hit foul out of play to the right to the automatic ball return. 0-2. Aiden working from the stretch. Set below the belt. And the senior deals to the plate, just off of the dish, framed nicely by Mary. Missing for ball 1. 1-2. Amato away from second. Barlow sneaking in behind him. Here's the pitch, swinging, third strike. Ball is dropped, however, by Mary. He slaps a tag on Brousseau, however, for the first out. So there is a strikeout and to an assisted put out on Russell Brousseau. That is the 4th K in the book for starting pitcher Aiden Olive. The ace just has it going here in the early part of the season. Hammonds, who was the first baseman, now he is the pitcher of record. Slider misses outside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Aiden has the sign. After a check of the runner, he comes to the plate, swung on and fouled at home plate. A ball and a strike now. Talking with the skipper of the Maniacs, Scotty Toneville, he said that St. Mary's is a very, very young team this year. Got a lot of younger guys in this lineup. 1-1 to Hammonds. Outside, it's out of the glove of Mary, but staying put at second base is Stewart. 2-1 now. A scheduled doubleheader here between these two. We encourage you to come on out and watch this action. Orofino up 8-0 after an inning of play. Fly ball, foul territory. First baseman Gilmore giving chase. He'll run out of real estate as the ball makes the fence for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we have this doubleheader here, and then the Lady Maniacs, they are also in action over at the ballparks at Orofino Elementary School. We'll check in on their score in just a moment. Here's the 2-2. Instead, it's a turn to look the base runner back by Aiden, and they're going to call a balk. So Stewart is at third base on the balk by starting pitcher Aiden Olive. Here's the 2-2, swinging third strike. Oh, he must have got just a piece of it. Fouls it at home plate. So the count will remain 2-2 to Jordan. So Jordan back in the hitter's box from the right side. Aiden has the sign. Now comes set and the pitch is going to be swung on fly ball to the gap in left center field, and this one's going to drop in for a base hit. It's barehanded by Nick Bonner out there. A base runner scores. Here's the throw to second, and just there in time is Hammonds with a double, and Amato Stewart scores for St. Mary's from third base. It is now 8-1. Wow. I tell you, nice job by Nick Bonner as he fields that ball on a hop with his bare hand and turns and throws an absolute strike to Barlow covering the bag at second, and they nearly get Hammonds. Wow. But he comes up with an RBI single, or double rather, and St. Mary's has their first run aboard here in the top of the second inning of play. That will bring Wilborn up to the plate. He is today's starting left fielder. Aiden just turns and holds the ball over his right hand to right shoulder, so Hammonds goes back to second. There's a fastball strike right down Main Street, 0-1. Aiden looking to go to work from the hill. Again, another look out at second base. Swinging strike 2 to Wilborn. He chases after a curveball that slides away from him. 0-2 now. Cody Mitchell on deck, and then we're back to the top of the order for Lingo, who is in the hole for St. Mary's. One gone here in the top of the second. Pitch is going to be swung on. Fly ball deep. Bonner going back, and it's over his head. It'll end up on the warning track, rounding third. Hammonds coming home, and a ringing double off the bat of Wilborn, and St. Mary's has their second run of the day as Hammond scores to make it 8-2 in favor of Orofino. Second consecutive single. Wow, I'll tell you what. Nick Bonner thought, what the heck was that all about? He turned and ran as hard as he could, but that was well over his head. On 2 hops, it was in the warning track at 350 feet. Mitchell at the plate, swings through a high pitch, strike 1. One down here in the Lumberjack half of the second. They've got 2 across and 1 aboard here. Fastball taken on the inside half of the plate for a strike. 0-2 to Cody. The right-hander steps back in as Aiden Olive, with that right foot in front of the rubber, again has the sign from Mary behind the dish. Here's the waste pitch on the way. That's a strike at the hands, and Cody Mitchell will go down looking at strike 3. The second out here for the Lumberjacks in their half of the second inning of play. 5th strikeout now for Aiden Olive. Right now for the Lumberjacks, they have 2 runs on 2 hits. They've got 1 out there. And we go to the top of the order. Here is Peyton Lingo. Outside the first pitch for ball 1. Peyton went down looking back in the first inning of play. Aiden again ready to go to work from the stretch. Pitch is swung on, a ground ball to the shortstop. Tondevold's got it. He'll make the throw, and that'll do it here for the Lumberjacks as they score 2 runs on 2 hits, an error, and they leave 1 out there. We're through an inning and a half of play. The Maniacs lead at 8-2. We will come back for the Maniac half of the second right after this.
Magic Portals are on sale for as low as $2.99 a month, and you make no payments until May. But what is a Magic Portal, you ask? It's a newer used RV at Lewiston RV. It's what gets you away from all the noise and creates family memories that last a lifetime. Lewiston RV has an RV for everyone. Big, small, new, pre-owned. We can help you find your very own Magic Portal. So this year, get ready for summer adventures where memories are made. Lewiston RV. Let us help your family find some magic.
At Watson's Market in Orofino, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighbor. Hi, this is Mary. Shop with us for the best prices and the freshest, highest quality fruits, vegetables, and meats. Every purchase supports our commitment to this great community. We proudly donate to local food banks, sponsor Little League sports, and are active in community-wide events. Come on down to Watson's Market, where shopping local means giving back. See you soon.
We're back here once again. We go to the bottom of the second inning of play. Olive, Gilmore, and Bonner scheduled up here. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Jones. Thanks a lot for listening in on AM 1300 KLER Orofino, and streamed live right now on YouTube, KLER 1300 AM. Jordan Hammonds taking his warm-up tosses as we go to the second inning. We'll update you on the Lady Maniacs. Right now they are in the top of the third against St. Mary's, and Orofino leads by a score of 4-3 in softball action. So Aiden will start things off here for the Maniacs, his second time through the order. Pitch on the way to Aiden is a curveball taken for a strike on the inside. Working from the windup, Jordan Hammonds. Big kick with that left leg. Comes inside with a curveball. It got Aiden right on the left rib. And you could see he said something at home plate that we will not repeat up here. But it's the second consecutive time he has been hit in the ribs. And that boy is well tenderized standing down at home plate. First batter that Hammonds has hit. One aboard here for Orofino. Ethan Gilmore. Pitch on the way to Ethan. Bounces over the top of the glove of Stewart, and so Olive is down at second base. Wide turn there. Here's the throw to second. It's cut off by the shortstop, Holmes. So Aiden at second base on the wild pitch by Hammonds. That ball was in the dirt maybe 4 or 5 feet in front of home plate, and it just popped over the glove of Stewart behind the dish. 1 ball, no strikes to Ethan. Hammonds deals to the plate. Hard hit ball to the right side of the shortstop. It's knocked down there, and safe over at first base is Ethan Gilmore. And again, we will give Ethan a hit on that as Aiden goes from second to third. Again, you hit them where they're not. And Holmes at shortstop, charging for as much as he could, had a right foot on the outfield grass. He was able only to knock it down with the end of his glove. No way he's going to glove that. Nearly got out into left center field. Pitch is swung on. Fly ball, shallow center field. Mitchell coming in, and he can't make the basket catch. He stuck his glove out there, and Nick Bonner is going to reach on the air by this center fielder as Aiden Olive scores from third base to make it 9-2 Orofino. Gilmore from first to second, so 2 base runners aboard, nobody gone here in the Maniac half of the second inning. They now lead it 9-2 over St. Mary's. Just a dying Texas leaguer out there that the center fielder Mitchell could not coerce into his glove. Reese Mary at the dish. The first pitch to him is high and tight for ball 1. Fielders playing straight away as base runners take their leads at first and second. From the stretch, the 1-0 pitch on the way to the Maniac backstop. Outside for ball 2. So Reese getting the start behind home plate. Hunter Gamble has this game off. He may catch in the second game. We're unaware of that lineup right now. Here's the 2 on the way to Reese. Slider missing away for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. And we have it on good authority here. Reese is a junior. That's the way the high school has him listed here on the program. 3-0 pitch on the way. A bender inside, and it got Reese. So Reese is hit by a pitch. Second batter that Hammonds has hit now. And that loads up the Sacks with Maniacs. Gilmore at third, Bonner at second. So Sacks juiced for the Maniacs. Tyler Zumpy getting an opportunity now. Our home plate umpire has everybody set correctly. Puts that starting lineup back in his pocket, and we're ready to go. Slider taking strike one to Tyler. Tyler reached on a fielder's choice, went to second on or third all the way by a throw by Hammonds. Pitch is swung on, a little flare, and what a grab out there by the shortstop. And the throw to second misses. It comes all the way into first base. What a play by the shortstop, Holmes. Wow, over his left shoulder, right shoulder rather, he sticks his glove up and makes the catch and robs Zumpy of a base hit. That's the first out for the Maniacs here in the second. Turcotte at the plate, the pitch on the way to him, missing for ball one. Again, we always like to give credit where credit is due, and what a fine play by Landon Holmes at shortstop. The 1-0 delivery is swung on and fouled over the top of the screen off to the right for strike one to Lane. I tell you, Tyler had a little punch on that ball when he hit it out into left field. Pitch is taken for a strike. Made contact with the ball, but what a play by the shortstop. 1-2 to Lane as he steps back in, stands even with the plate. A little slow curveball up there for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sacks juiced up with Maniacs. 1 gone here, and they're half of the second. Way outside for ball 3. Gilmore at third, Bonner at second, Murray at first. Runners take their leads. Here's the 3-2. Whoa, way outside. Stewart's no chance whatsoever coming up with that. And so Ethan Gilmore scores from third base as Lane Turcotte draws a base on balls. He'll pick up an RBI to give the Maniacs now a 10-2 advantage. We are just in the bottom of the second inning of play. Barlow at the top of the order for the Maniacs stands at home plate. He's going to wave at a pitch. It's going to be hit foul up the third baseline for strike one. This is Blake's third at-bat. We are just in the bottom of the second inning of play. He is 1 for 1, been on base twice, walked in the first and scored, singled, had an RBI also in that first inning. Pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Working from the windup, Hammonds deals the 1-1 high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jager Tonnevold is on deck. And then it's Quentin Naranjo. Quentin, uncharacteristically, still looking for his first hit. High for ball 3. He has flown out to center and then to left. Quentin has. Put a good charge in the ball, just has not been able to get on base. Pitch is swung on, fly ball to the gap in right center field, and this one's going to drop in for a base hit. Picked up by the right fielder. 2 runs score, Bonner and Murray. And so Orofino now up 11-2. Or check that rather, Murray at third base. So Bonner scores on the RBI single. Pitch is going to be swung on. It's going to be sprayed out into left field, picking up Murray from third base. And another run comes across to score for Orofino. And the Maniacs just spraying the ball all over the field here. RBI singles from Barlow and now Tonnevold and it is 12-2 in favor of Orofino. Turcotte stands at third, Barlow at second, Tonneval at first, and we have hit around again as Quentin Naranjo is the 9th batter to come to the plate. Quentin's going to hit one hard to the gap in left center field. This one's going to get down for extra bases. Quentin rounding first, on his way to second. 2 runs score up on the ball, Wilburn. And there we go. Quentin Naranjo, you know you couldn't keep him down as he comes up with a 2-run double. And the Maniacs up by a score now of 15-2. Quentin clears the bases as 3 runs plate. Wow. And that's going to bring Aiden Olive to the dish for his 2nd time here today. Aiden started this whole thing off here. A turn, but no throw over to second base. Again, Quentin Naranjo clears the sacks with a huge double to deep center field. Pitch to Aiden, that's underneath the glove of Stewart, and so down to third base goes Quentin. That'll be scored as a wild pitch against Hammonds. Not sure what the young man is working with, but that's the 2nd time that we've seen that pitch as he brings his right arm across his body, the release point way too late to get anywhere near the dish. 1 ball to Aiden. The next pitch, that is a strike at the hands, 1-1. 15-2, Orofino on top of St. Mary's. We are in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1 gone here in the frame. Pitch is swung on, and this one is hit right back up the middle. It'll pick up yet another run, and overrunning the ball is Mitchell, and so on the way into second base goes Aiden Olive. So Aiden with an RBI single, he goes to second. On the miscue out there by Mitchell as he overruns the ball, it is now 16-2 Orofino. Ethan Gilmore looking to keep the hit parade going here. He is the 11th batter to come to the plate. This one's hit high in the air. The third baseman, Lingo, in foul ground, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away now as Ethan offers at the very first pitch he finds and pokes it high into the air on the foul side of third, and not much that Lingo had to do but maybe make 5 steps to his right. Nick Bonner, curveball taken, strike 1 to Nick. Nick reached on an error by the center fielder Mitchell in his first at-bat earlier this frame. Slider way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick. Away from second base is Olive. The pitch swung on and fouled up the third base line for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to Bonner. Our home plate umpire going to take a little opportunity to clean up home plate here. Got another baseball in for him to put into his hip satchel. We're ready to go as Hammond's working from the stretch. Deals to the plate. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. A lot of spin on the pitch. Nick gets underneath it and fouls it straight back. So he's got it timed up nicely. Just trying to find the meat of the bat to square up with that ball. 1-2. Olive away from second base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. It's going to be popped up high in the air. Stewart, with his mask on, makes the catch in the warning track behind home plate, and that'll do it for the Maniacs here in the extended 2nd inning of play. They pick up 7 runs here in the frame on minimal amount of hits. They lead at 16-2. We will come back to the 3rd inning and St. Mary's right after this.
Make this the year you complete those outdoor projects you've been putting off with a visit to Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold, and that long-awaited new decking and door for your home is available today and at a great price. Save 10% off Fiberon railing when you purchase $2,000 or more in Fiberon decking. A great combination. The trusted name of Therma-Tru fiberglass entry doors are now 20% off. Your first choice and your best choice in Orofino is Best Built Builders Supply.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
Thank you for listening into our action today. It's brought to you by Peak Physical Therapy and Best Built Builder Supply. I'm Jeff Jones. Our score 16-2 Orofino over St. Mary's. We go now to the third inning of play. And for St. Mary's, it'll be hitters 2, 3, and 4. McMarion, Holmes, and Brousseau. Aiden Olive is back out on the hill, taking his warm-up tosses for the Maniacs. Again, this is a scheduled doubleheader between these two. And if you were thinking that the next contest was to get underway at noon, that's when it's scheduled for. But right now, this one is on pace to end quickly. Maniacs up by 14 runs. They scored 8 in the first, 6 in the second. That's not right, but we'll take a look at it here in just a moment. Here we go. Caden McMarion will step to the plate, and our home plate umpire says, wait a minute, young man, I'm not quite ready here. Now we're ready to go. Pitch is swung through, strike 1 to Caden. Going to look over my scorebook one more time. 2, 4, 6, 7 runs. 50 pitches there for a strike, nothing, and 2. Caden ready at the dish, and Aiden deals a fastball swung through, strike 3, and that'll do it. He is the first out here in the third inning of play. That is the 6th strikeout by starting pitcher Aiden Olive. 2, 4, 6, 7. Nope. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 runs across in the second inning. 8 in the first. They lead it 15-0. Holmes will take a first pitch just above the hands for ball 1. Landon singled in his first at-bat, but was left stranded in the first inning of play. The 1-0 is low as Aiden just rears back and wants to fire a fastball up there, but the release point a little late. Drills that one into the dirt right in front of Mary. Here's the 2-0 pitch now from Aiden as the right-hander. Now time is called by Landon. He steps out and says, I need to think about this for a moment. The Maniacs scoring 8 runs in the first, 7 in the second. They lead at 15-0. Here's the 2-0 now on the way. Swung on. It's going to be popped up for the shortstop. Tonnevold makes the easy catch after stepping 2 steps to his right. And there are 2 away now. And let's see if this is Brousseau. I do not believe it is. Let's see here. This is 11. This is Pugh. Reeser Pugh. First pitch misses wide of the right-hander. So Reeser steps in and takes a strike at the knees That's a tough pitch for anybody to hit. This young man standing at home plate, I'm going to guess, is close to 5 foot, maybe 4'11". 1 ball, 1 strike to Reeser. And Aiden deals the next pitch, going to be swung on and looped out into right field. Played on a hop out there by Turcotte, and there's a 2-out single off of the bat of Pugh to try and keep things going here for St. Mary's in the top of the 3rd inning of play. So again, this is the 2nd time that St. Mary's has had a single after 2 outs. It happened in the 1st. Here's Stewart. Working from the stretch, the senior right-hander Olive fires a pitch that's low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Amato singled in his first at-bat, went to 2nd on an error, went to 3rd on a balk, and then came home and scored the first run for St. Mary's. Going to be poked up in the air. The shortstop, no, it'll be 3rd baseman Quentin Naranjo, who makes the catch on the infield right in front of Jagger Tonnevold, and that'll do it for St. Mary's. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left out there. It is 15-0 in favor of Orofino as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll come back right after this.
With a P1 FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend Checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1 FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
You've decided that those aching muscles, sore joints, and overall ill feeling has finally got to stop. Make today the day you start by visiting Peak Physical Therapy on Michigan Avenue, Orofino. Ask about visiting with one of our many qualified physical therapists about your issues and get onto the path of well-being. The goal of PT is to determine the root cause of your symptoms and move you forward to what you love. Peak Physical Therapy. Visit today and get healthy tomorrow.
We're back here once again as we'll have an update here on this score. Quentin Naranjo did score in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and that put 8 runs up on the scoreboard. So it is now 16-2 in favor of Orofino. Unfortunately, we left Quentin off of the scoring side of that page. So it is 16-2 in favor of Orofino, and Reese Mary will start things off as that's Hammond's back out on the bump, and so his first pitch is high and wide for a ball to Reese. One 1-0 pitch delivered. It's a breaking ball that drops in there for a strike at the hands to the right-hander. 1 ball and 1 strike. Quickly going to work, Hammonds. Pitcher's going to be swung on and popped up behind 2nd base. McMarion calls everybody off, makes the catch for the first out. Way underneath that pitch. Got a good swing at it, just unfortunately didn't get enough of the ball to do any damage with it. So Mary flies out for the first out here in the Maniac half of the 3rd inning of play. This is Zumpy. The Maniac left fielder takes a curveball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, we'll update you on our score. It is 16-2. Orofino on top. Pitch is swung on, and this one's going to be sent out to left center field for a 1-out single off the bat of Tyler Zumpy. So Tyler has his first base hit of the day, and it comes here in the 3rd inning of play with 1 gone, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter here in the lineup card, Lane Turcotte. Got a new baseball for Jordan Hammonds. He didn't like the one that just came back in from the outfield after Tyler Zumpy singled off of it. So he will work from the stretch now. Short lead away over at first base by Zumpy. Pitch to Lane, inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Breeze starting to pick up here at the ballpark at Orofino. Here's the 1-0. Instead, stepping off the back of the rubber is Zumpy. So Zumpy away from first base, set just above the belt. Pitches just a little high for ball 2 to Lane. Another lead away from first. Zumpy is held on there. And the pitch, again, just not finding the strike zone. Turcotte ready at the dish. Let's see if he takes all the way. It's inside for ball 4. So Lane will draw a 4-pitch walk. That is the first base runner that Jordan Hammonds has put on via the walk since coming in back in the first inning of play. He has hit a couple. So that will push Zumpy over to second. Turcotte's at first. Now we're back to the top of the order for Blake Barlow, who has been on all 3 times. Couple of singles, couple of RBIs. Pitch inside, taken ball 1 to Blake. Barlow taps the outside half of the plate. 1 swing through the strike zone and rests that bat on his right shoulder. Now he'll bounce it back and forth. Curveball missing outside for ball 2. Jagger Tonnevold on deck. Quentin Naranjo in the hole. Again, we are in the bottom of the 3rd. Orofino up 16-2 over St. Mary's in this first game of a doubleheader in Central Idaho League play. The 2-0 is high for ball 3. Signs coming in from Coach Tonnevold up that 3rd baseline. Blake steps in. And now stepping off the back and sliding back of the rubber, Hammonds, and sliding back into second base again is Zumpy. And he immediately gets up and he walks away, just saying, throw, go ahead and throw to me. Pitch is swung on. It's going to be popped up foul side of 3rd. Lingo over towards the Maniac dugout and makes the catch in the warning track. He looks back into the Maniac dugout after making that catch. You got to wonder if somebody said something to him. Blake flies out for the 2nd out here. That's the 2nd time that the 3rd baseman has been involved with an out there in foul ground. This one just a step away from being in the dugout. Nice catch there, young man, because you're in enemy territory. More than likely, every Maniac is in there saying, hey, look at me, look at me. Jagger Tonnevold hitting from the left side. Pitch is swung on. A hard hit ball past the first baseman and out into right field. Rounding 3rd, coming home, looking to score. Zumpy, and the ball will come into the cutoff, and the Maniacs once again tally another run as Zumpy scores from second base on the RBI single off of Jagger's bat, and it is now 17-2. Turcotte goes from first all the way to 3rd. Maniacs had 1 hit in the first that tallied 8 runs. They had 5 hits in the second that tallied 8 runs. And now a couple of hits. Pitch is high, and it's taken for a called strike, says our home plate umpire to Quentin. And on the play, Jagger goes from first to second. 0-1. And putting a charge into this one, fly ball to left field. There to make the catch is Wilborn, and that'll do it. But the Maniacs pick up a run on 2 hits, and they leave 2 out there. Our score 17-2, Orofino on top of St. Mary's. The fourth inning when we come back after this.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
While we may choose to dine in a little more than in the past, it's nice to know when you just gotta have pizza, it's available from Orofino's Pizza Factory. Delicious pizza, baked spaghetti, and the best breadsticks. Order contact-free and we'll deliver to your door. Or when you drive up to ours, 307 Michigan Avenue in Orofino, it's the Pizza Factory.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? The Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue, Orofino are here to help. Whether you dream of a spacious country home or a charming place in town, our expert agents are ready to guide you every step of the way. Call today for an instant, accurate home evaluation, and let's make your real estate goals a reality. The Real Estaters, Orofino, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. Backing the Maniacs throughout the year.
Terry Bowling of Camus Financial Services and Riverside Physical Therapy are Maniac backers here on 1300 KLER Orofino, as well as on our YouTube channel, looking at what's going on down here on the field. Our YouTube channel, KLER 1300 AM, as no changes out on the field for the Maniacs. We go to the fourth inning, and it's Russell Brousseau, Jordan Hammonds, and Wilburn who are scheduled up here. Maniacs up 15 runs. Russell Brousseau at the plate takes the first pitch from Aiden, who's back out there on the hill, low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Olive has given up 2 runs on 4 hits. Oh, a late swing by Brousseau. Strike 1, 1-1. Brousseau went after the high stinking cheese, but he just didn't pull the trigger fast enough. The 1-1, there's another strike dealt on the outside half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right now, Aiden has got it going. He has had some superb pitching performances this year. The 1-2, swinging at a pitch that's off of the dish. It goes Brousseau for the first out here in the frame. That is the 7th strikeout that Aiden has tossed up to the plate. Struck out the side in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 here so far in the 4th. Aiden throwing just as strong now as he did earlier in the game. Hammonds waves at the first pitch he sees, strike 1. Hammond singled in his first at-bat, had an RBI single, and came around to score in the second inning of play. The 0-1 outside, a ball and a strike. Update on the Lady Maniacs coming up after this pitch. Here's the 1-1, swinging strike 2 to Jordan. Lady Maniacs, after finding themselves down 3-0 after the first half of inning number 1, now have jumped all over St. Mary's, 11-4. The ladies lead St. Mary's. High, the next pitch to Jordan. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilburn on deck. Nobody out on the sacks, 1 gone here in the top of the 4th inning. Aiden Olive, the senior right-hander, deals the 2-2. Outside for ball 3. 3-2. Maniacs lead the Central Idaho League, only 1 loss in league play. Here's the 3-2. That is just a touch high for ball 4, and so Jordan Hammonds will draw a free pass. That's the first walk issued by starting pitcher Olive. Wants to keep his stats just as stellar as anything else in this game. Wilburn steps up, first pitch about shoe top high, ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Aiden will work from the stretch, checks the runner, Hammonds over at first. Pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. The outfield playing somewhat shallow. Lane Turcott in right playing in the most. Left and center about medium depth. A ball and a strike to Wilborn, and Aiden deals to the plate, and the pitch is a strike. Wilborn thought about pulling the trigger. He left the bat on his shoulder, waited for a home plate umpire, and then he threw out that right hand and said strike two. Now the 1-2 pitch, swung on, a chopper over to third base, starting the double play. There will be no throw from second baseman Barlow down to Ethan as Wilborn hits into a fielder's choice. Jordan Hammonds goes down 5-4 for the second out. So St. Mary's trades an out for another base runner at first. Mitchell hitting in the 9 spot. Strike at the knees to Cody, 0-1. He went down looking in his one and only at-bat that came back in the second inning of play. He is one of Aiden's 7 strikeouts here in the game. Oh, big old curveball that stays up high. You wondered if Aiden was going to try and do something different, because the way he stood on the hill and the way he addressed that pitch, he came straight over the top. Curveball that stayed up above the shoulders, though. High fastball, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Cody. Should Cody get on, we go to the top of the order for St. Mary's, and Lingo is in the on-deck circle. Wilborn, just a safety lead away from first base, being held on by Gilmore. Swinging strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the young man who wears 62 on his back. Not very often you see guys wearing high numbers like that. You know, it's generally in the teens. Pitch misses away for ball 3. The 30s, the 40s. But Cody Mitchell wearing 62. Stewart, he has a 66. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Aiden deals a called third strike, and that'll do it for the Lumberjacks here in the 4th inning of play. My gosh, Aiden Olive has really got it going on here today as he puts up his 8th strikeout here in the game. No runs for St. Mary's on no hits, and they leave 1 out there. Our score remains 17-2 Orofino. We're back right after this.
This Easter, hop on down to Renata's Cakery on Main Street, Orofino. Open till 2, Renata's cases are overflowing with mouth-watering homemade Easter treats. White and wheat rolls, rich cheesecakes, and adorable chocolate bunnies. Festive sugar cookies and colorful Rice Krispie treats, each one absolutely delicious. Renata's has the dreamy, creamy Easter goodies your family will love. Visit Renata's Cakery today. But hurry, these treats hop away fast.
At Watson's Market in Orofino, we're dedicated to helping our senior citizens shop smart and save. Hi, this is Mary, and every Thursday is Senior Discount Day. Receive 10% off all your groceries as our way of saying thank you for supporting our community over the years. It's more than just a discount. It's Watson's Market's way of giving back to those who have given so much. Come shop with us this Thursday and every Thursday. Watson's Market, where caring for our neighbors is always in season.
Les Schwab Tire Center, along with Family Eye Care and Clearwater Valley Health, Orofino Health Clinic, backers of the Maniacs here on KLER Orofino. And for those of you listening in on YouTube channel, streamed live there, KLER 1300 AM. I'm Jeff Jones. Thank you again for listening in as we are through 3.5 innings of play. It's the bottom of the 4th now, and for Orofino, scheduled up are Olive, Gilmore, and Bonner. We're looking at the middle 3rd of the order for the Maniacs. Aiden has been on all 3 of his at-bats. He has been plunked twice in the left ribs there. He's a little gun-shy. Singled his last at-bat, had an RBI single back last inning. The tall right-hander steps up there, and the pitch is a slider away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Back out on the hill, Jordan Hammonds. Again, he came in when Christopher Brousseau in the first inning just could not throw a strike. Pitch is swung on, and this one is hit hard but foul up the left field line. Aiden just turns a little too quickly on that last pitch. The Maniacs have been having some difficulties. When you get somebody who just pitches a little slower, you have a tendency to be way ahead of it. Pitch is swung on, fly ball right field. This one could be trouble, and it's going to drop foul up the right field line by about 12 inches. So Aiden's going to have to come back. Got a lot of air underneath it. Aiden, his first shot foul left, second shot foul right. A ball and 2 strikes now to the Maniac starting pitcher. Hammonds begins his windup and the pitch. Oh my gosh, did that hit him on the left elbow? It did. Oh, Aiden's at home plate just kind of hops up and down. He just has not had any luck today. He can't seem to get out of the way. That is the 3rd time he has been hit in today's matchup. Twice now by Hammonds. Once by starting pitcher Brousseau, and now Hammonds. Twice in the ribs and once on that left elbow. Oh, that's got to hurt. Ethan Gilmore at the plate. Maniacs have a base runner aboard. They lead at 17-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. A move over to first base, and easily back is Olive. Ethan is 1 for 2 on the day, 2 runs scored. He's going to hit this one foul over the top of the screen for strike 1. When we see St. Mary's come to the plate, it'll be the top of the 5th and the top of the order. They'll have to get something done, otherwise this one will be an early game. The 0-1 to Gilmore, swung on. This one is hit deep to left center field, charging over, and it's going to drop between Wilborn and Mitchell. Aiden Olive will coast into 3rd, and in with a double is Ethan Gilmore. My gosh, the young man put a charge into it. Deep to left center field, right where Wilborn and Mitchell were not. They both converged on the ball, but it just was a tweener out there. And so the Maniacs with 2 in scoring position for Nick Bonner. Nick looking for his first hit on the day. Slider misses low and away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Nick reached on a fielding error by Mitchell out in center field when he came in to try and make a basket catch and bobbled the ball. The 1-0 on the way to Nick, inside for ball 2. Runners advance from 2nd and 3rd. Bonner at the plate. Here's the 2-0 on the way to him. Low for ball 3. Nick has the sign up that 3rd base line from head coach Scotty Tunnable. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and this one is hit out into the left field. So it'll pick up a run as Bonner comes up with an RBI single, scoring Aiden from 3rd base to give the Maniacs now an 18-2 advantage. On the play, Ethan goes from 2nd to 3rd. So again, the Maniacs with the runners at the corners. And time is called as St. Mary's coach Lounsbury comes out and he wants to make a pitching change. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll let you know what the changes are when we come back right after this.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
By now you've heard of Orofino's finest lunch buffet. All-you-can-eat Pizza Factory buffet, filled with pizza, breadsticks, fresh green salad makings, and fruits. But did you know with the purchase of 9 lunch buffets, you'll get the 10th free? Ask for your 10-punch card with your next visit to the Pizza Factory and begin saving today. Free lunch from the Pizza Factory.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
We're back here once again as we have a pitching change, as in from left field is Wilborn, and he will take over for Jordan Hammonds here in the 4th inning of play. The last play, which was an RBI single off the bat of Nick Bonner, scored Aiden Olive to give the Maniacs an 18-2 advantage here. However, as we look at Game Changer, the score is different. It says 19-2. Runners at the corners and 1 across, so I'm not sure where the extra run has come across here. So again, Wilborn coming in from left field. We're not sure who will take over for him. We'll see if we can catch up with that. It looks like Brousseau. Russell Brousseau is now out in left field. And there are several changes. We'll see if we can catch up with those for our friends in St. Mary's who are listening into this ball game. Reese Mary steps up there, and he'll take the first pitch high for a ball. Again, the Maniacs with Gilmore at third, Bonner at first. 1 across here in the inning. Fastball missing inside. Easily going from first to second is Nick Bonner. And again, with Gilmore down at third, Stewart's not going to chance throwing the ball away. Pitch is swung on, a chopper to the left side, and underneath the glove of the shortstop, out into left field. And so on with the air is Reese Mary. Gilmore scores from third base. Maniacs now have plated 2 runs here in the frame, and it is 19-2. And again, we reset. Now Bonner is at third, Mary at first. Pitches swung through for a strike to Tyler Zumpy. Next pitch, it is taken low for a ball, and on the play, Reese goes from first to second. Runners with their leads, and here's the next pitch inside for ball 3. Or excuse me, my apologies, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Turcotte in the on-deck circle. Ooh, curveball that got away from Wilborn. Way behind the back of Tyler for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Working from the stretch, Wilborn deals. And it's behind the back of Zumpy as well, so he'll draw a base on balls. Nothing going well for the pitching staff for St. Mary's here today, as Wilborn walks the first batter that he faces. That loads up the sacks for Lane Turcotte. And this one's going to be a fly ball to shallow right field. It's going to drop in. So the Maniacs will pick up another run, as getting the stop sign is Mary, as he has a wide turn at third base. But Bonner scores, and that will give Orofino now a 20-2 lead. RBI single off of the freshman's bat, hitting in the 9-hole for the Maniacs. And now we go back to the top of the order for Barlow. Fastball low, ball 1. Maniacs have put 3 across the plate here in the 4th inning of play. Couple of hits. Pitch is in there, and it just plunked Blake Barlow. So he is hit by pitch. That brings home Reese Mary, and Orofino now up 21-2. And the table reset once again. That's going to bring Jager Tonnevold up to the dish. Control issues by all 3 pitchers now for St. Mary's. Tonnevold's first pitch is going to be swung on and fouled over the top of that third base dugout for strike 1. 3 runs on 3 hits and an error here so far. The 0-1 on the way to Jager. Slider missing off of the dish for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Maniacs again, 8 runs in the extended first, 8 runs in the extended second, 1 in the third, and right now 4 so far here in the 4th inning. They lead at 21-2. There's a strike on the outside. Jager lets that fastball stay away. Leaves the bat on his shoulder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inside, and Jager has to bail out, and he ends up with his helmet and his head, of course, in the infield grass. Just pirouettes out of the way, couldn't keep his footing, and he lays down prone in front of home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jager. Here's the pitch. And he gets just a piece of it as he fouls it off at home plate, and the count will remain 2-2. Hopefully somebody had a camera ready for that Kodak moment. Oh my goodness. 2-2. Pitch to Jager. High for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Jager has been on all 4 of his previous at-bats, has scored a couple of times. Has an RBI as well. Here's the 3-2. Way outside, and Jager will toss the bat. He's going to pick up an RBI after he gets the base on balls. Zumpy scores from third base. Everybody moves up another 90 feet. And it is now 22-2. And here is the 9th hitter to come to the plate, Quentin Naranjo. Again, nobody gone here in the frame. Quentin's going to poke one high in the air, shallow right field, second baseman McMarion, and he's not going to be able to make the play. Reaches out for it, a base runner scores. Just unfortunate, the actions of the sunshine right in the eyes of McMarion. He can't make the catch, and Orofino scores yet another run as Turcotte scores from third base. And that's a single for Quentin Naranjo. Olive now up at the dish. He started this frame a little earlier today, and he just bends at the waist as the pitch sails over the top of his hat for ball 1. 23-2 as Orofino with the sacks loaded, nobody gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is swung on and fouled at home plate for a strike. 1-1. 6 runs have come across the plate for the Maniacs, and the sacks are loaded up. Nobody gone here. A ball and a strike to Aiden. Inside and behind him, and the pitch will end up all the way back to the warning track, and so scoring from third base is Blake Barlow on the wild pitch. And that will bring our score now 24-2. Stewart, when he didn't glove that behind home plate, he just stayed at home plate. And that allowed the run to easily come home to score. The 2-1 outside for ball 3 to Aiden. Outfield playing deep for the big right-hander standing at the dish. And it's way behind his back. And again, Stewart's got to go back to the warning track. Scoring from third base is Tonnevold. And the Maniacs plate yet another run as Aiden Olive draws a base on balls. Where's he at? That should be ball 4. And our home plate umpire says, oh, okay, that is ball 4, so let's go ahead and put Aiden down at first base. So that will place runners at the corners. Olive at first, Quentin over at third. Gilmore now will come up to the dish. Pitch on the way to Ethan. Inside, and it hit him. He tried to get out of the way, jackknifes, but he just could not get out of the way, and he ends up hit by pitch. That loads up the sacks one more time. Again, nobody gone here in the Maniac half of the 4th inning of play. 8 runs have come across to score, and time is called as one more time head coach Longberry comes out and he wants to make a pitching change, so we will do the same with our score 25-2 Orofino. We will come back right after this.
The morning paper arrives and you just can't extend your arms far enough to focus on the print. Does this seem like a typical day for you? Help is just an appointment away with Family Eye Care in Orofino and Kamei. Dr. Rick Lundgren is the Valley's trusted optometrist when it comes to your eyesight. Family Eye Care's highly trained staff will make sure your family has the finest in air care and eyewear. Call for an appointment and let Dr. Rick Lundgren perform a complete eye examination with the latest technology available. Single lens, bifocal, or progressive eyeglasses. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses, contact lenses, sunglasses, and designer frames. Family Eye Care on Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and on Highway 12 West in Kamei is your stop for name brand frames, optics, and people who really care about your eyesight. Family Eye Care, where most insurance coverage is accepted along with major credit cards. We put your family first at Family Eye Care.
We're back here at the ballpark, Orofino High. Thanks for listening in. Jeff Jones, KLER Orofino. Streamed live on YouTube channel, KLER 1300 AM, as we have another pitching change. Reeser Pugh will now come in relief of Wilborn. As, again, Wilborn has not been able to come up with an out since entering back in the 3rd. Right now, the Maniacs have brought 8 runs across, and the sacks are loaded up. It is 25-2. The right-hander, Pugh, taking his warm-up tosses. As he says, is that the last one? Yep, that's the last one. So everybody resets back to their defensive positions for St. Mary's. At third base for the Maniacs, Naranjo. Aiden is at second, and then Gilmore at first. Nick Bonner will come to the plate. And the first pitch misses outside for a ball. Nick, earlier in this frame, had an RBI single and scored. So far, everyone who has come to the plate has scored, with the exception of Naranjo, who's at third. Big wave as Nick chases a slider away for strike 1. I do not know if I've been involved with the game for Orofino. 1-1 going to be swung on, popped up foul side of third. Giving chase is Lingo. He will make the catch, and there is the first out. I'm not sure if I've been involved with the game here for the Maniacs where all 9 batters who came to the plate actually scored. There's a very good possibility of that with Quentin Naranjo standing at third base. There is one gone now. Here is Reese Mary. Reese is going to hit one high in the air. It'll be the second baseman charging in, McMahon, but it'll be the first baseman who makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away for Tyler Zumpy. And Quentin Naranjo says, hey, wait a minute. I want to score. I'm here at third base. I want to be the 9th guy to come across to score. Zumpy takes a pitch just above the hands for a ball, 1-0. Hammonds is back over at first base now. Here's the 1-0. Slider missing low and away for a ball, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Zumpy at the plate waiting for the pitch. Set is Pugh. High for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Bases jacked. 2 gone here in the Maniac half of the 4th. Here's the 3-0. That is a strike on the outside. 3-1. Tyler left that one alone, as well he should be. 3-0 pitch. Nowhere near the strike zone, but gets that called strike. Here's the 3-1. Over his head, ball 4, and he will draw a base on balls, an RBI as he picks up Quentin Naranjo from third base. And the first 9 batters that came to the plate here in the Maniac 4th all get on, and they all score. That brings our score now 26-2. My gosh. Now that will bring Lane Turcotte to the dish. Fastball taken inside for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 delivery now on the way. That is taken for strike 2. Nothing in 2 to Lane. And the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be popped up on the infield, and it'll be the third baseman, Lingo, who comes in to make the catch, and that'll do it. But Orofino scores 9 runs here in the extended frame to take a 26-2 advantage. As we go to the bottom, or rather, excuse me, the top of the 5th for St. Mary's, we're coming back right after this.
A new year, a new you. Ready to take the first step toward a stronger, healthier you? Peak Physical Therapy, Michigan Avenue, Orofino has you covered. Strength training can change your life, no matter your age. Whether you're 18 or 80, there's incredible value in strength training. Peak Physical Therapy and Wellness has beginner-friendly programs tailored just for you, with expert guidance from our gym manager, Kaylee. Peak Physical Therapy, your partner in building strength and confidence. Call or visit us on Michigan Avenue, Orofino.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. P1FCU's digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
We're back here once again at the ballpark at Orofino High. Thanks a lot for listening in. I'm Jeff Jones. As Orofino has St. Mary's down right now 26-2. And looks as though we have a new pitcher as Nick Bonner will come out to pitch this last frame. What a great job Aiden Olive did, as Aiden worked through 4 innings, and he struck out 8, giving up 2 runs on just 4 hits. For St. Mary's, it's the top of the order, Lingo, Merriman, and Holmes, who are scheduled up. Bonner fires the first pitch outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Nick working from the stretch. He'll come set. Sidearm delivery, pitch just above the hands for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Aiden out in center field, so just a straight switch between those two. Pitch high for ball 3. Aiden, again, what a nice job. Pitches outside for ball 4. So Lingo draws a base on balls. That is the first walk issued for Nick Bonner since coming into the ball game here in the 5th inning of play. first batter he faces, and he walks. And so now he'll face off with McMarion. And McMarion will foul this one up the first baseline, 0-1. McMarion is struck out twice, swinging. Here's the 0-1 delivery outside. Nick, not a true submariner, but since he works from the stretch, he brings that elbow down almost to his hip, and he sidearms that ball up to home plate. There's a good-looking pitch taken for a strike, 1-2. Nick with a quick check of the runner over at first. Now he'll make a move over there and diving back into the bag as Lingo. No tag applied by Ethan. Again, he knows that it's just a move to keep him close to the sack. Swinging, strike 3, and Merriam goes down for the third consecutive time in this baseball game. First strikeout tossed by Nick Bonner, and there's one gone for St. Mary's here in the top of the 5th inning of play. Again, our score 26-2.
At bat, number 42, Holmes. On deck, Russo.
This is Landon Holmes, the shortstop. One of the very few people defensively who never made a change when St. Mary's had to go deep into its bag. Pitches outside to Landon. Again, 4 different pitchers for St. Mary's. Is just a rough day for the pitching staff for the Lumberjacks. There's a strike tossed up there. Once again, Nick working the outside half of the dish to the right-handed hitters. A ball and a strike. Bonner deals to the plate. A slider taken for strike 2. Nick works the inside, and then the ball breaks away from the hitter and catches the inside half of the dish. Another move over to first base and sliding back in. Lingo more of a dive back in, and he ended up crumpled up over the top of the bag at first base. A ball and 2 strikes. Nick comes to the dish, swung on, and this one is looped right to the glove of third baseman Norano. The throw to first, double play, and that is the ball game. Holmes lines out to Quinton over at third base. Quinton quickly fires 5-3 to double up Lingo. There was no way he was going to get back to the sack, and that'll do it as Orofino defeats St. Mary's by a final score of 26-2 here on this cold and breezy day here at the ballpark at Orofino, but it's only one of 2 games between these 2 squads here. Again, the final score, 26-2, Orofino defeats St. Mary's. Don't go away, friends, because when we return, it is the Real Estaters post-game show right after this.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? Trust the experts at Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue in Orofino. Our professional agents know the area inside and out, helping you find the perfect home or the right buyer. Speak with broker Keith Nichols today at 208-476-3134 or visit us online at buyorsellidaho.com. Whether it's a spacious country retreat or a cozy home in town, we're here to make your real estate dreams a reality. The Real Estaters, Orofino's trusted real estate professionals.
April is filled with tremendous savings for homeowners and outdoor gardeners when you shop Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold. Get your garden growing with 3 bags of New Life all-purpose topsoil. Now just $10. Need tools? Select hand garden tools start at $14. Plus save 10% on all stock Milwaukee Power equipment. We're right on Highway 12 in Orofino. Open 7 days a week to serve you. Come see us at Best Built Builder Supply, where quality meets savings.
We welcome you back once again. I'm Jeff Jones. Scotty Tonnewald joins me now as Orofino comes up with a 26-2 victory over St. Mary's here. Coach, appreciate you coming up and taking the time to visit with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys being here and broadcasting for the community.
Tell me a little bit about games like this. I remember you had told me about a week ago that St. Mary's was a very young squad here. Anyway, very evident, and pitching just could not get around your Orofino hitters today.
Yeah, the guys did a great job of making adjustments on speed and being able to stay back and drive some baseball today, ran the bases well. They gave us opportunities that we capitalized on. I think we were hit by pitch at least 7 times. I might have missed one, but Aiden Olive hit 3, Jager, Zumpy, Mary for sure. So, I mean, I thought we did a great job just getting on base, and the guys moved them over. That last inning where we left bases loaded and popped 3 up, that's something I addressed with the guys already and just said that's just not an option. Keep the ball out of the air. Get on top of the baseball and hit a gap, put it in, play hard, and good things will happen.
You know, there's been several times when you've seen teams anyway that just struggle to get an out. You just want your kids to keep doing what they're doing. You want them to be attacking at the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're preparing for the end of season, right? You know, every rep you get is an opportunity to get better, and we have to take that opportunity to get a game rep and get good swings off and make plays defensively, so we're prepared down the stretch when districts rolls around.
You know, you just take a look at how well, first off, Aiden did today. Young man strikes out 8, walks just 1. Can't really ask a whole lot more than only giving up 4 hits.
Yeah, he did a good job out there. I mean, he had a couple of pitches where when you have leverage as a pitcher, you know, you got 2 strikes on a guy, we got to hit our spots better. We left a few up that allowed a few balls to get out there into our outfield that, you know, if he locates those better, we're probably, you know, looking at keeping the guy off base at least. But, you know, he did a great job, competed out there and did what he needed to do for his team, and, you know, had a great outing.
You know, you made some changes today defensively. You start Reese behind the dish. Anyway, is that something that you will keep him back there again for the second game, or do you maybe have your original catcher, Hunter Gamble, come back, or?
Yeah, you'll see Hunter back in the game this series. We had a disciplinary issue that we're taking care of, and that's the way that shakes out. But he'll have the opportunity to get back in the game this second game.
And so Reese, a junior, thought did a fairly good job behind the dish anyway. He had a couple of tough balls to handle, but he just handled it like a pro.
Yeah, I think Reese did a good job. He's got a high IQ. He moves well. He's been a middle infielder a lot of his life, so he's able to see flight a ball better, get into a blocking position well. And, you know, amongst our catchers, we've got some definite strengths that each one of them have. And they're all improving each and every day, and looking forward to watching them develop over the next couple of years, with Reese being a junior and Hunter. And then the younger Turcotte has been catching for our JV program, and, you know, just starting to get guys developed and prepared for their next opportunity as they move up.
Yeah, I don't think that out in right field Lane had anything. No, Lane didn't have anything hit to him, but did well again.
One ball landed in front of him. Just kind of a softer fly ball, I was, like I told him, I said, that's a ball we want to go after. Those are those 50-50 balls that as outfielders, we want to be super aggressive. You had a 16-2 margin. Those are balls we go after with 2 outs. And so just had that conversation with him, and he's like, yep, I got you, Coach. So.
Yeah, very good. Now that you mentioned it, I do remember the ball hit out to him and hit pretty well in the 9th spot.
He did great. Yeah, he did great. As a freshman, he came in there and competed and has confidence, and I felt like he did a great job just getting out there with the opportunity he was given today and doing everything he needed to do to compete and play well for his team.
I know that you and several of the kids and coaches might be heading up to North Idaho for the North Idaho Awards anyway. What do we have to look forward to in this second game before I let you go?
Yeah, second game we're looking to either start Gilmore or Tonnevold. It's a conversation we were having when we were down there, and lineup will look pretty similar other than Gamble will be in this lineup, and then decide on Zumpy or Turcotte, but Tyler will probably get the nod to start this next game as well as a starter, and expect to see Hunter behind the dish and probably Ethan on the mound is what I'm projecting.
All right, very good. And then one more thing. Sorry about that, Coach. Grangeville, Tuesday.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. It's always an opportunity to compete against someone in our league that is always really competitive. And, we're going to show up and see how things go on Tuesday. They're down south right now playing some games in a tournament down south. So both of us are in action this weekend and looking forward to Monday's practice, preparing for Tuesday's game, and excited to get that first one under our belt against them in the league.
That Southern Idaho tournament, wooden bat tournament. I'd like to see you guys in one of those one time.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, the guys would love that. We just need to get ahead of it and figure out when those are, if we can schedule it and get down there and give them an opportunity to do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Scotty, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
That's Scotty Tonnevold, head coach of the Maniacs. We'll come back as our Real Estaters postgame show continues after this.
Walk the prairie and beyond with Clearwater Valley and St. Mary's Health. Perfect for all ages and fitness levels. These family-friendly walks are offered weekly across the valley and prairie through May to explore the community and connect with others. Exciting prizes and engaging speakers will enhance your experience. Best of all, participation is free. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy the journey. Contact Rose at Clearwater Valley Health or Leah at St. Mary's Health for details. Together, let's walk into a healthier, happier future.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
We're back here once again. The Orofino Maniacs defeat the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. The final score 26-2. You are listening to the Real Estaters postgame show. A quick look through the box score. Maniacs score their 26 runs on 12 hits, 6 errors. They left 7 out on the sacks. St. Mary's scores 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and they left 4 out on the base paths. Just taking a real quick look across the line score, Blake Barlow. Blake was on 3 of his 4 at-bats, scored 6 runs in this baseball game. Jagger Tonnevold on every single at-bat came up with 3 hits and 2 RBIs for 5 runs that he was able to score. Quentin Naranjo, he kind of started out slow, a couple of fly ball outs to center and left field respectively in innings 1 and 2. Then he had a big bases clearing, ringing double in the second inning. He came across to score, and then in his final at bat came up with an RBI singled. So Quentin today scores 6 runs in this game. Aiden Olive in that cleanup spot, he was on each and every at-bat, scoring 4 runs in the game. Ethan Gilmore on 4 of his 5 at-bats, scoring 6 runs, in the game. Nick Bonner, he was on every single at-bat, my apologies. He was on 3 of his 5 at-bats. Reese Mary today picking up 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in the game. Tyler Zumpe, 3 runs scored in the game. And then Lane Turcotte in the 9th spot. Lane was able to reach 4 out of his 5 at-bats, scored 5 runs in the game in that 5 spot. So nice job by Lane Turcotte. So now that you have that information, that means we take our last break during this Real Estaters post-game show. When we come back, it'll be the Pizza Factory player of the game right after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Basketball or wrestling, baseball or softball, whatever the season, Watson's Market hopes you'll get out and see a game today and support our area kids. Hi, it's Kim from Watson's Market. For the small price of admission to the high school sports venues, you can watch some of the most successful athletes compete against the best our state has to offer. Come out and root on our incredible kids. Watson's Market hopes you'll support our community's best resource, our kids. From Watson's Market, get out there and see a game today.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Nothing quite says family happiness like the deliciousness of a piping hot pizza or flatbread from the Pizza Factory. On Michigan Avenue, Orofino, the Pizza Factory has 4 new mouth-watering flatbreads. Pesto, artichoke, and tomato flatbreads, also available with buffalo chicken or tomato bacon and olive oil. For a limited time only, come in today and try the new flatbreads.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
And it is time for that Pizza Factory Player of the Game honor. 26-2, the final score here. I mean, this could go to just virtually anybody in this scorecard. Everybody in the Maniac lineup produced in today's game. Well, we're going to go ahead and look to one of the young guys, one of the future players here of this Maniac squad, the freshman who got the job of hitting in the 9-hole and playing defensively in right field, Lane Turcotte. Lane scores 5 of his team's 26 runs. And again, just a freshman hitting in that 9 spot, doing a good job, exactly what you want when you're on base. Or when you're in that 9 spot, you find a way to get a run across. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. 4 of his 5 at-bats, Lane was able to reach, came up with a couple of RBIs, scored 3 runs. So Lane Turcotte will receive our Pizza Factory Player of the Game with the Maniacs defeating St. Mary's 26-2. We'll update you here on the St. Mary's Orofino girls softball matchup. The Lady Maniacs come away with a 16-4 victory over St. Mary's in that first game of a scheduled doubleheader over at the elementary school ball fields. So again, with our final score 26-2, Orofino now gets ready to take on St. Mary's in the second game and look for a sweep against the Lumberjacks. Our next contest will be bringing you on Tuesday, when Orofino will face off against the Grangeville Bulldogs. We'll be on the air with a 3:40 pregame. 4 o'clock will be the first pitch. I want to thank Scotty Tonneval for coming up and visiting with us here during the postgame show. I want to thank our in-studio engineer, Casey Miller, for having us on the air today and keeping things rolling fine for us. 26-2, the final score. Orofino with the victory over St. Mary's. I'm Jeff Jones. We'd like to bid you all a very pleasant good afternoon.
Thank you for listening in today to another Orofino High School athletics presentation of Maniacs Baseball on KLER. Today's coverage of the Maniacs has been made possible by the many community backers of Orofino High School and their athletics program. Please make sure to stop and tell them how much you appreciate their backing of these broadcasts to Hometown Radio 1300 Orofino High School Baseball.